Good morning. It's Tuesday, the 7th of April, and I want to welcome you to a time of 5 minutes, 5 days to read, reflect, and reset. But I first want to, in the first video, want to just take a background. We've missed out on Good Friday and obviously Family Day, which was Monday the 6th, as we take from Joshua 18 a summary before we go into our next session of what took place, because we're going to enter into the book of Judges. So Joshua 18, the Israelites had moved from Gilgal to Shiloh, Shiloh becoming the religious center of Israel. At that point, 7 tribes of Israel had not yet inherited and received land, and Joshua instructed that of the 7 that they'd select 3 persons from each tribe to go into the land to map it out and then to divide it into 7 sections. And after they had done that, Joshua then cast lots in the presence of the Lord to show that each one would receive their share, their equal share, and of the surveyed land. The final division of the promised land amongst the last 7 tribes, and also Joshua receiving his portion, showing that leadership is not always about first getting, but he first looked after the rest before he took to himself. He prioritized the other tribes' inheritance. Simeon received land within Judah's portion because Judah's original allotment was too large. And God provided for every tribe, ensured everyone had a place, and he kept his promise to Moses. There we read furthermore about the establishment of the 6 cities of refuge that Moses had told them what to do, providing a lawful sanctuary for anyone who committed unintentional manslaughter. These cities provided justice, not immunity for murder. And the allocation of 48 cities and pasture lands to the Levites, that they had no inheritance, and they were to receive a single territory, and that they also, as being priests, their priestly influence would be nationwide, demonstrating God's faithfulness, fulfilling his promise that all the land was given. Joshua chapter 21, the tribes of Reuben, Gad, and the half of Manasseh on the eastern that had come over to help their brothers fight until everything had been conquered. They are now commended by Joshua for keeping their promise to Moses, but they are warned on their way back to love and serve God with their heart and with their soul. And as they depart from Shiloh, on the way back, they build this immense great altar by the Jordan River. And when the western tribes hear of this, they gather for war immediately, assuming the altar is a place of illegal sacrifice. But before they do that, they send a delegation of people led by Phinehas the priest, first to confront and to remind them of their past judgments, to remind them of the iniquity at Peor, what happened with the Baal of Peor, the son of Achan, and warn the entire nation would suffer if they rebelled. And he offers them land on the west side. In Joshua chapter 23, we read of Joshua's farewell. He addresses all Israel's leaders, elders, and he begins to emphasize God's faithfulness in giving them the promised land. He commands them to have complete, devoted obedience to God, and not to intermarry, not to worship idols, because he says it will lead to their destruction, and God's blessings are conditional upon obedience. And he reminds the leaders, remember that God fought for them, fulfilling every promise, and he urged them to be strong and to keep the law of Moses without turning to the left or to the right. And then Joshua's book closes off. The end of Joshua. Joshua comes to the end of his time after 17 hard years of fighting in the promised land. Joshua calls Israel to commit to serving God, and he recounts God's faithfulness from Abram to the conquest of Canaan. He challenges the people to reject false gods. He urges the people to choose to serve God with that famous statement. He says, "As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." The people promise to serve God, and Joshua emphasizes that God is holy and jealous, and stresses that serving God requires exclusive loyalty. Joshua renews the covenant. He sets up a large stone as a witness to their commitment. So I want to do that, and in our next session, we will start with the book of Judges. May God richly bless you. Shalom.